How does one do justice breaking down and reviewing what will be known to me forever as one of the most visually stunning games I've ever played? I don't know that I can or will, but going to give it my best shot. And with that, I want to welcome you to my official review of the game, Gris. This will be your one and only spoiler warning, as I'll approach this review from the perspective that you've either played the game or watched my playthrough. So our story begins as we find our main character, a woman with an absolutely beautiful voice, losing her ability to sing, and watching the world around her crumble into a black and white shell of what it once was. Gris is a Spanish slang word for gray, and is absolutely fitting as we begin our adventure. There are no words or dialogues in this game, which means finding your way through is left completely up to you fumbling your way through the world in which you live. And it's apparent early on that our primary goal is to heal. We are seeking to heal not just our voice that we have lost, but to heal and bring color back to our world. And we do just that, acquiring new abilities along the way that help us overcome our challenges, and to ward off any dangers, we restore the red, green, blue, and yellow colors that make up our beautiful earth, all while restoring life to ourselves and the creatures we share this world with. Since we have no true dialogue or guidance within the game to tell us what happened or what we've truly accomplished when finishing this story, we are left to interpret it on our own. And while most everyone seems to understand the general idea of grief and restoration, what we are grieving from seems to strike some debate. Some believe that we've lost our mother or another loved one and are so stricken we've destroyed our own world. Others believe it is ourselves that have died, and we are seeking to restore balance once again before we make our way to heaven or the afterlife. I don't think anyone should get too caught up in trying to interpret the story. Instead, get lost in the stunningly beautiful way this world is presented to us in both sight and sound. Because like they say in one of my favorite 80s movies of all time, sometimes you just have to let art wash over you. I've seen a lot of criticism in the general gameplay from the standpoint that there's almost no direction in where to go or how to complete certain challenges. And while I found myself attempting things over and over again, I never saw this to be as big of an issue as others. With each section, as you gain new colors and perspective, you gain or rediscover your abilities. From turning into a heavy block that can break through loose rocks in the floor or hold yourself steady against gusts of wind, to double jumping and floating like a feather, to swimming like a stingray, and then lastly regaining our voice that has the ability to drive growth around us. Each ability is needed to get through the challenges and find your way to retrieving all the stars needed to make our way to the heavens. While there may have been a few secrets that I couldn't figure out, the main storyline and progression was straightforward enough and easy to find the way to the end. So what are my overall thoughts? Well, we have to appreciate the game for what it is. It's not a 60+ hour realism action game. It's a beautiful story and presentation wrapped up and presented to be loved primarily for its visuals. Appreciate the fine point touches like the trees and bushes that sway as you run past them, and the way the audio dampens when you begin swimming under the water. Top that with music and sounds that perfectly complement the moment in game, and you're left with what I will forever call one of the most beautiful games I've ever played. So for me, I'm giving it a solid 8 out of 10. Thank you again for joining me on this adventure. I have new games coming down the pike soon, and also welcome any feedback or requests of games you would like me to play through. Please leave those requests in the comments. And if you haven't already, find me on my socials at OkieGamerDude, or join my free Patreon to find content that I'm not able to upload here. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks again, my fellow GamerDuderinos, and I'll see you in my next adventure.